Hi, Karen Rao Carter here. It's time for Feng Shui story time. I like to tell stories so that it can help you consider maybe there's something in your house that's supporting something negative in your life that if you make a switch or a change, you can create it and turn towards the more optimal life future for you. This story is about doing things, making room for love. So if you're looking for love, here's a story for you. I had a client, she was in San Francisco. Real estate is at primo there, right? So a lot of money for a little bit of square footage. She had a teeny tiny little place and she was looking for love. So I went to her home, and I mean tiny, right? This is where you have to use under your bed for storage of things. Zero closets. I mean, very, very tiny little place. I usually like to have a lot of space under your bed, get this chi flowing around you. She's like, absolutely not, no way, no how. I'm like, okay. So you're looking to find somebody in your life. Let's bring somebody in. So I want to create the condition in your mind so where you have the capacity to hold that space for that new person to come into your life. And so now I'm going around her tiny little place and I said, well, let's make some room, psychological, like make some space for somebody else to come into your life. And she said, there's no way that somebody else can live in here. Like, there's no way. I can't have anybody move in with me. It's just so small. So that's the energy that she's putting out. And I was like, nobody's really moving in here. We're trying to gather the potential for that to happen. But what more than more than the actual space is the psychology of you having the space. She's having the mental conversation of no, there's no room for anybody. So if I can get her to make some room, tiny little things here and there that she's giving up for that potential mate to come in, offerings of space. Okay, so space equals opportunity for all of those of you who are out there very cluttered and very tight and in tiny little spaces and looking for some new job, love, whatever opportunity, even health. So I'm looking around, how can we create a tiny little space in a drawer, a tiny little space. I prefer 2 nightstands. One is yours if you're the female energy. I'm not talking about genders, but the female energy qualities farthest from the bedroom door, the male masculine energy qualities closer to the door. That would be the optimal bed position. I'd like 2 nightstands, but if you don't have 2 nightstands, she had such a tiny place, she had 0 nightstands. So we're looking for how can we create this sense of his, in her world, she was looking for a man, his space in her place. So we created these teeny tiny little nightstand-esque things. And I asked her, I said, consider this one not yours. I know it's in your house and you're the only one that lives here, but you have psychologically, like, that's not mine. It's not for me to put my glass of water on that nightstand because that is my partner's nightstand. When you go to happily married homes, there's like usually 2 nightstands and one is his and one is hers. So for all you singles out there, think about that. When my dad died, my mom actually took away his nightstand and now she's down to 1 nightstand. I thought that was very interesting. I saw the reversal of the feng shui, feng shui for love, right? She is now feeling single. She took it away. And so we had a little conversation about that. She's like, nope, not going there right now. She didn't want that extra nightstand in her life. I think it actually felt like that was bringing in the potential to her. She was like feeling the vibe of that. She's like, not now. Maybe in the future, but not now. So think about copy the happily married couple things in their house. So look at your space. Does this look like a happy, loving couple lives here? If it doesn't, let's create that space. So give away a little portion in a drawer, give away a portion in the closet, give away a nightstand space. However small, I want you to start psychologically having that room, you know, you're donating it to the cause, so to speak. You're giving it away. You're creating that sense of opportunity to come into your house. That's my little story. And so we did that. She didn't have much space at all. But if you think about it and you go, okay, my lover that I am so in love with, we're going to get married, whatever. He or she just has to live here for a little bit until the castle gets built, right? What would you do to accommodate that person? You're like, oh my God, okay, we can make this work. We can make this work. You know, we're going to scoot this over. We're going to do that. Do that. Make that room. Consciously get into that thing. Like, somebody's got to move in here for a week until the castle gets built. What would I do to accommodate their suitcase? Maybe undies in the drawer, you know, whatever. I did have another client in New York City that she was an underwear designer. And so she put the underwear that she wanted, the size and everything that she wanted her man to have, in his nightstand drawer, like the one that she dedicated for him. And she called me and she said, you know, perfect fit. So she found a guy he liked those underwear. It was his size, and life just rolled on. So think of that nightstand as your little vision board, 3-dimensional vision board. What would he have, or what would she have? Well, depending on what you're looking for, what would your partner have in that nightstand? If they're in, you know, just like if they're into gems or you know, cufflinks, you know, whatever, place some of those things in there, showing that, you know, this is my guy. I know that's what he would have or she would have in that nightstand. So make a little space psychologically, but hopefully 3-dimensionally, and bring about that opportunity for love to come your way. For more information, feel free to go to moveitwithkaren.com. Put your email in there. You'll get a fun video on how to arrange the bed in that room, and also get more feng shui tips from me. And feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tips like this. And I wish you luck gathering that love energy. Please tell me in the comments what comes your way from this little tip. And I'd love to hear from that. And enjoy and check out my other future feng shui stories.